We have a massive New York Yankees trade update as a trade for a star pitcher is incoming for this team after Jeff Passan revealed a huge update on the New York Yankees after Brian Cashman has said multiple times that his biggest focus come this trade deadline will be the pitching for this Yankees team, and now they're linked to multiple stars, one of them being one of the best in the game, and we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here. We're going to jump right into things as always. If you guys are part of that 74% that's not subscribed to Yankees Digest, we got daily videos like this, updates on games, everything that you could think about in regards to the Yankees we are going to talk about on this channel. You do not want to miss a single update, so make sure those post notifications are on, and let's talk some Yankees baseball. We know Brian Cashman made it very clear that the Yankees' #1 concern at this trade deadline is pitching. Now, yes, they've lost two pitchers in obviously Gerrit Cole for all year long, and now Clark Schmidt to Tommy John surgery. Cole will be back next season. Schmidt, it's really up in the air right now, but they do get Luis Heel back soon, and that's going to help along with getting Ryan Yarbrough back, but that doesn't change the fact that the Yankees are going to add more pitching to this team. Brian Cashman made it very clear that you can never have enough pitching, and he's absolutely right about that. You can't. Pitching is vital to this team. I mean, remember, Marcus Stroman was completely out of the rotation for the Yankees. Now look at him. He's, their fourth starter? And the Yankees are now digging into some of their prospects, specifically Cam Schlittler, who, I mumbled that. But they dug into another rookie in Cam Schlittler, who absolutely showed out for the Yankees, don't get me wrong. But it's not exactly when you're a team that's trying to win a World Series. You're not trying to bank on bringing up a rookie halfway through a season to make a debut and then be like, all right, well, he's pitching in the playoffs for us. You don't want to do that. Now, yeah, maybe Cam stays good and he stays on this team. But also, we know the Yankees are going to be trying to make some deals. And Cashman said that they will be going to town on trades. Now, diving into the report from Passan, we already saw based off that other report that he revealed that the Yankees, who their weakness is third base and pitching, and the best match for them is Eugenio Suarez of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and how they're also connected to Zach Gallen and Mitch Keller because they are. But and also Merrill Kelly, who's another one if we want to stick with the Diamondbacks vibe here. But when it comes down to it, those guys are people who the Yankees have been linked to time and time again. However, Passan revealed some new names for this Yankees team for them to go after. And I really, really like the idea of who he just revealed because I think it makes a ton of sense for this Yankees team. Yes, I did just grow a tiny little bit right there. But looking at what Passan said, it was very interesting because right after he wrote this right here, this is what came next. This could be Seth Lugo or Emmanuel Clase of the Guardians, or any number of players. The Yankees are not going to stop at one player this deadline. For all their strengths, and they have plenty, they have too many weaknesses to take half measures. So, when it comes down to things, we're going to see the Yankees make more than one move. And as Passan mentioned here, there are two guys in Seth Lugo and Emmanuel Clase who are both star pitchers this season who very much could find themselves in this position. If you hear the sirens outside, that's because these guys are star players. Seth Lugo has been an awesome starter this year. I mean, he was up and down with the Mets, had some great years, obviously. And Clase, I mean, we've seen what Emmanuel Clase can do. We will get into Clase in a little bit because there's a lot to go over on him. But just looking at Seth Lugo so far, the man's been awesome this year. He's got a 2.67 ERA in his 17 starts with the Royals. He's pitched 101 innings and has 88 strikeouts. He's got a whip of 1.079. He's been great. He's also an excellent fielding pitcher, which is nice to know. Now, the man who's been an all-star before is a 3.1 WAR, and look, the Royals, obviously, they have their bright spots, and Seth Lugo is certainly one of them, and he looks like someone who very likely could get moved during this trade deadline, and I imagine the Yankees will go after him, but they're not going to be the only team. The Toronto Blue Jays like Seth Lugo a lot also, and they are in first in the American League East, so these two teams are going to be going after Lugo amongst other teams. Teams that are trying to contend are going to look at Seth Lugo as a very good option for them as another pitcher to add to the team. It's not going to stop the Yankees or the Blue Jays or just those two teams. There's going to be a bunch of teams that if you need starting pitching, the Royals are likely going to be fielding calls. They are going to be fielding calls on Lugo, 100%. So that's going to be a huge thing here. And when you look at the Yankees and their starting pitching, they've had 9 guys start after Cam Schlittler joined that crew of starting pitchers who have thrown at least one game for the Yankees. Now, obviously, Max Fried has been awesome. No one's denying that. The man's got a 2.27 ERA. He's been lights out. Carlos Rodon's been great. But outside of that, things have been up and down. Will Warren's had great moments. He's an excellent strikeout pitcher. Do not get it twisted. He's been phenomenal striking people out. He's got 111 strikeouts, which is the same as Max Fried, who's having a damn near Cy Young year. It's just between him and Skubal, who Skubal does have the edge right now. But the only guy with more is Carlos Rodon, who's been lights out as well. So that's something huge to think about, that Will Warren is striking a ton of guys out. He's got 111 strikeouts, and frankly, I mean, everything else looks good except for the whip. It's just he's allowing too many guys on base. So that's really the issue, and that's what's leading to this elevated earned run average. But Warren is not someone who's got a ton of experience, and because of that, it's tough to argue that he should be their guy going in with that final third spot when it comes to playoffs. Ryan Yarbrough, who is good as a starter, is injured right now. He'll likely return to the bullpen. I imagine that's what the Yankees want to do with him. But he's a swingman. He could easily start a bullpen game and pitch 4 to 5 innings 100%. Carrasco's gone. Stroman's alive and well, and he's actually starting to pitch pretty well. Obviously, the ERA still at a 6.66 because, well, frankly, it's just the awful start he had. Alan Winans threw a game, didn't do too well. And Cam Schlittler, it's such a hard name to say. It really is. Because I also really have to try to not, mesh two words together that you really don't want to say on YouTube. So it's a tongue twister for me. But he did pick up the win and did have some really good moments as a pitcher in his first game with the Yankees as well. When Luis Gil comes back, that'll be huge. But the question is, are you willing to rely on Luis Gil as your next starter? And my guess is the Yankees are going to bring in another pitcher, probably someone who's right-handed. So look for Merrill Kelly, look for Zach Gallen, look for Seth Lugo, look for Mitch Keller, guys like that for the New York Yankees to target. Now, on top of that, there's also the whole relief pitching aspect of it. The Yankees do need to add to their bullpen, and it seems like they fully intend on it. Cashman, again, he said he's never going to stop at the pitching. He's always going to be going after pitchers. And Emmanuel Clase, outside of this season, where he's not pitching horribly by any means, but outside of this season, the man has been downright the best closer in baseball since he showed up in 2021. Because, well, he was here in 2019, but then didn't play a ton. He actually started a game, and then the PED suspension. Then he became the closer for them, and man was lights out instantly. He throws a cutter that is easily just over 100 miles per hour all the time. He's got a 3-pitch repertoire, but it's the cutter for him. That's what he does, and he's downright phenomenal, or at least he was. And then the Yankees may have broken him a little bit because Clase had one of the best years in history of a closer in 2024, and then he had given up like 3 runs on the season, and then in the one series against the Yankees, I mean, there was that moment when Clase and Aaron Judge went up against each other. This is the game the Yankees lost because Luke Weaver gave up the walk-off to Big Christmas, and obviously the Yankees still won the series, so that's good. But it was this really electric moment where Aaron Judge came up against Emmanuel Clase, and they were down 1, and obviously Judge was not playing well in the playoffs, and everyone was saying, this is what we've been waiting for, the best hitter versus the best closing pitcher, and Judge cracked that home run. I want to say that was out to right center field. I could be mistaken there. And then Stanton went up to the plate and did the exact same thing and hit a home run off him. And Clase was shaken from that. However, he is still a good pitcher, and a change of scenery could help him. Now, again, I'm acting like he's got like a 6 ERA. The man's got a 3.12 ERA. He's still pitching well. Obviously, out of the bullpen is a little bit different than starting, but all his numbers are way below his average. I mean, he's got a 3.12 ERA. He's only got 19 saves at this point when he was leading the MLB in saves for the last 3 seasons prior to that. He's pitched in 40.1 innings, has 40 strikeouts, which is lower than his average, and he's got a whip of 1.289, which is a lot higher than that average of .938. So Clase has definitely had his struggles. No doubt about it. He has struggled mightily in comparison to what he usually does. But that doesn't take away who he is or what he's been able to do at the MLB level. I mean, since becoming the full-time closer in 2022, the man was a nonstop all-star, had the most games finished, played the most games of anyone out of the bullpen in 2022, and the Guardians were great throughout this time. He had a 1.36 ERA. He did elevate to a 3.22 the next year, but then went down to a 0.61. The man was lights out. 42 saves, 44 saves, 47 saves. The man was just cooking literally everybody in sight. I mean, frankly, the numbers, they're just downright disgusting. There's no other way to put it. The numbers are just downright amazing for Emmanuel Clase. So he's someone who the Yankees should go after because the change of scenery could potentially help him kind of get back to that guy who he was in 2024. Or maybe it's just a down year, sort of like what he had in 23, even though, again, he was still an all-star because he's still great. But the closing numbers, the save numbers, I should say, have gone down a little bit this season. And maybe the Yankees did get to his head a little bit. But at the same time, I do think that Clase is still one of the best, if not the best closer in baseball. I'm not going to give up on him in half a season. And I do think the Yankees should look to go after Clase, especially considering they just need bullpen help. I mean, the Yankees are known for always having a great bullpen. This is the top 15 right here, and the Yankees are 11th. So their bullpen has not been good. They have an ERA of 4.13, so it's not exactly been a good year at all out of this Yankees bullpen. Luke Weaver's been solid for the most part after coming off that hamstring injury. He's been a little more shaky. Devin Williams had the atrocious start, but now he's been lights out. He's back to being the airbender, which is great. And outside of that, there's been a bunch of injuries and no consistency whatsoever out of anyone else. The Yankees need more bullpen arms. They make it a prioritization, or they prioritize it a whole lot. And I mean, getting Yarbrough back is going to be huge because he can go multiple innings, so he's going to be massive for them in the playoffs, especially being a lefty. They're going to use him similarly to how they used Tim Hill, except they'll probably use Yarbrough a bit more. But outside of that, we do want to see the Yankees go and get a few more arms for this team, regardless of if they're starters or bullpen. Because remember, it's a 3 to 4 man at most rotation, so you're going to have a starter who can come out of the bullpen on any given day as well, no matter who that is, whether that's probably going to be Stroman, but you do have options as well. So we're going to see how that all goes down. Would you guys want to see the Yankees trade for Lugo and Clase? What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Yankees.